In a small town, two bakeries stood on the same street. One belonged to Marcus, the other to Elena. Marcus was a master baker. He had studied at the finest schools, perfected every technique, and knew every secret of the craft. His bread was technically flawless, the perfect rise, the perfect crust, the perfect crumb. And yet, his bakery was always empty. Across the street, Elena's little shop overflowed with customers. Every morning, a line stretched around the corner. People waited happily, laughing and chatting, drawn by the irresistible aroma floating from her windows. Marcus would stand at his window, arms crossed, watching with growing bitterness. "What does she have that I don't?" he muttered. "My bread is superior. My technique is flawless." The resentment grew heavier each day, like a stone in his chest. He resented every customer who passed his door. He resented Elena's success. He resented everything. Finally, Marcus decided there must be a secret ingredient. Before dawn one morning, he crept across the street and watched through Elena's window. He saw her arrive, humming softly as she worked. Flour, water, yeast, salt, nothing unusual. Nothing he didn't already use. She didn't even measure precisely, judging ingredients by feel. Amateur, he scoffed. But then he noticed something strange. As Elena kneaded the dough, she was smiling. She spoke softly, almost lovingly. "Good morning, beautiful. Let's make something wonderful today." When old Mr. Chen arrived, Elena's face lit up. "Mr. Chen. How is your grandson?" "He loved the birthday cake, Elena. You made his day special." "He made my day special," Elena replied warmly, handing him a fresh loaf. "This one's on the house. Your family." Marcus watched, confused. Giving away bread? That's not business. Throughout the morning, Elena greeted every customer by name. She asked about their lives, their families. When a child dropped a cookie, she laughed and gave him two more. With every loaf, she seemed to pour something intangible into her work, not precision, but devotion. Marcus returned to his bakery, frustrated. There's no secret ingredient. She's just nice to people. That doesn't explain anything. But it gnawed at him. That evening, Marcus bought a loaf from Elena. At home, he tasted it. It was extraordinary. The flavor was rich, complex, and there was something else, something he couldn't name. It tasted like comfort. Like home. Like someone had made it hoping it would bring him joy. He looked at his own bread. Technically perfect. He tasted it. Bland. Lifeless. Correct, but soulless. For the first time, Marcus saw the truth. His bread wasn't bad, it just tasted like nothing because he'd made it with nothing but technique and ego. While baking, he'd been thinking about competition, about being better than Elena. His resentment had seeped into every loaf like poison. Elena's bread tasted like love because she made it with love. The next evening, Marcus knocked on Elena's door. When she answered, he said quietly, "Can we talk?" They sat in her kitchen, and Marcus was finally honest. "I don't understand," he said, his voice breaking. "I've done everything right. But nobody wants what I make. I've been watching you, looking for your secret ingredient, but there isn't one. So why does your bread taste like it matters, and mine doesn't?" Elena poured him tea and sat across from him. "Marcus, bread is more than flour and water. When I bake, I think about who will eat it. A father bringing home a loaf to his family. A grandmother making sandwiches for her grandchildren. I bake for their happiness." She paused gently. "You're a brilliant baker. Your technique is far better than mine. But I think you've been baking to prove something. And people can taste that." Marcus felt tears sting his eyes. She was right. Every loaf had been an argument, a monument to his own skill. He'd forgotten why he started baking. As a child, he'd helped his grandmother in her kitchen. She'd let him shape dough with his small hands, and they'd eat it together, still warm. She never measured anything. Her bread had tasted like Elena's, like it was made for him. When had he lost that? "I don't know if I can change," Marcus whispered. Elena smiled. "Start small. Tomorrow, bake one loaf for someone you'd like to bring joy to. See how it feels." The next morning, Marcus thought about his grandmother. He imagined baking for her, the way she'd taught him. As he kneaded, memories flooded back, her patient hands, her laughter, the songs she'd hum. He found himself humming the same tune. When the bread came out, Marcus tasted it. His eyes widened. It wasn't perfect, he'd been lost in memory, but it tasted warm. Real. Like something made with hands and heart. A few customers came that day. One woman said, "This is delicious. It reminds me of my childhood." Marcus smiled. A real smile. Slowly, things changed. Marcus started asking customers their names, remembering their stories. He'd experiment, thinking not about perfection but about bringing joy. His heart began to soften. The bitterness dissolved like sugar in warm water. One day, he realized he hadn't looked across the street with resentment in weeks. When he saw Elena's line, he felt glad. She deserved it. His own bakery filled with customers. Not because of secret techniques, but because people could taste the difference. They could taste that someone had made this bread while thinking of them. Marcus and Elena became friends. They'd share recipes, trade ideas, help each other. And on quiet mornings, when Marcus needed dough, he'd think about the people who would taste it. He'd hope it brought them comfort, a moment of warmth in their day. Because he'd finally learned what Elena had known all along. The secret ingredient was never a secret at all. It was love. It was kindness. It was baking not to be better than someone else, but to bring goodness into the world. And that made all the difference.